Come on, better man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to start by saying a huge thank you to two very valuable and important players that are here tonight. Those two beer kegs over there have helped me to be where I am right now. So thank you for your ongoing support. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Mark, and I've been mates with Denny's been lucky enough to be mates with me for 20 years now. And last January, he made the decision to ask me to be his best man. After accepting, I decided to do a little research into exactly what is involved in a good best man speech. And I found out that it should last only as long as the groom does in bed. So unfortunately, I'm out of time. No, I'd like to congratulate Denny on admitting that I am the best and making an outstanding choice. Ladies and gentlemen, once in everyone's lifetime, there comes a person who fundamentally changes a man's life for the better. A person who inspires and strengthens you, a person who is your soulmate, and a person you know you never want to be without. And in Denny's case, I'm sure we can all agree that that person is me. However, there are certain physical attributes that I don't possess, and certain desires the man has that I'm reluctant to satisfy. And for this reason, he needed a female companion with similar magical qualities as myself. And he has found that and so much more in his beautiful bride, Chloe. Now, my first impressions of Denny all those years ago in high school were something along the lines of, my God, who is this unfortunate looking character? He had these long ringlets of filthy looking hair, and his eyes were almost permanently glazed and slightly red for some reason. But as I see the beauty sitting next to you tonight, you've made the best of a pretty raw deal. I also noticed he seemed to be quite popular at high school. I assumed instantly he must be really good at sports or something. But after seeing him kick a footy on the front oval at recess, that was ruled out. After further observations in the schoolyard, I realised his popularity was predominantly his sheer size and threatening nature. Myself being a little smartass and needing the backup, I knew Denny would fit the mould perfectly. And so our friendship began. Over the next 20 years, and often fueled heavily by booze, that friendship strengthened. I came to realise that there was so much more to Denny than I'd originally thought. I took it upon myself to become a shining example and a role model for Denny. I taught him valuable life lessons such as correct shot and chase technique and dance floor etiquette, essentially transforming him into the high school thug that I knew, who ditched school more often than he was actually there, into the respectful, caring, trustworthy, hard-working and loyal mate that I have today. He's been there for me when I've needed him. We've shared houses together, we've travelled together, and got completely loose partying like there was no tomorrow way too many times. The details of which are mostly unsuitable to reveal here, but suffice to say it was a wild ride. I recently became a father, and as testament to how highly I regard Denny, I couldn't think of a better choice to be the godfather of my son. And I'm truly honoured and humbled to be here tonight as your best man. I was also lucky enough to have a front row seat for Denny and Chloe's meeting and subsequent days which got them to where we are tonight. They met while celebrating some other beautiful friends' hens and buck shows, and as many of you know, Denny hasn't quite progressed to the state of manhood that involves drinking beer yet. So being stuck on a beer brewery tour didn't quite suit him. And with no bourbon on offer, he resorted to drinking wine spritzers for the night. and thereafter he was somewhat affectionately referred to as the Spritzer King. But I think this ultimately worked in his favour, as his rugged manliness, combined with the quaint femininity of sipping on wine spritzers, clearly became irresistible to Chloe and lured her in. I know exactly what happened on that night. Chloe, on behalf of the global female population, thanks for taking the gig. I know it wouldn't have been easy signing up for a lifetime of inadequate sexual pleasure. But what Denny lacks in equipment and expertise behind closed doors, he makes up for with love and loyalty. Chloe, you look absolutely stunning tonight, as do the bridesmaids, and thank you to everyone who has made this such a beautiful night. It has been a pleasure getting to know you over the journey so far. Chloe, you're beautiful, smart, successful, driven, and you deserve a good, strong, handsome husband. So Denny, count yourself lucky she married you before finding out. I wish you both all the best now and forever. I strongly believe that Chloe, you bring out the best in Denny, and watching him grow as a person in the relatively small amount of time since meeting you confirms to me that you are everything this man needs and wants in a wife. You are both starting a wonderful journey together. Your marriage ahead will be filled with exciting opportunities and many memorable moments shared together. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to finish with a quote. Love knows no limit to its endurance, no end to its trust, no fading of its hope. It can outlast anything. Love still stands when all else has fallen. If you could all please join me in raising a toast to this beautiful couple and to love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers.